Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 5 from 3C class, English Education Department. In this video, I would like to share with you about English learning strategies for elementary school. The members of this group are Hilda Octavia, Loura, Gita Patricia and then Depina Sasabela putri. Media is anything can be used to stream message from the sender to the recipients of the message. In terms of the learning, an equation is the process of stimulating thought, rule, attention, and interest. The attention students that learning process can be established. Based on this statement, can be interpreted that learning media is a teaching aid. In learning interaction, the teacher delivered a teaching message in the form of the material learning to students. An English learning method is the key to learning. If the teacher appreciated a boring learning method, then during the lesson it will be feel empathy. We currently already know that the age of elementary school children has unique characteristics and varies from the person to person. For age 7 until 12 years, what they really like is playing, like to move, like to walk in a group, and like to do something directly. Therefore, teachers should develop learning that contains elementary of game, allow students to move and walk to students in a group, and provide opportunities for students to be directly involved in learning. Especially in learning a foreign language such as English, educators must be able to use the right strategy so that students are not boring. Also, the student can easily pronounce English vocabulary. Educator can get used to speaking English of the courses using simple vocabulary that has been introduced to students. The longer and the more frequently students spend learning English, the faster and the better they learning the language. The more often education introduce their students to English. They assume that the faster and better student will use English because they are more used to it. In this case, educator can use instructional strategies.
Instructional strategy is one of the ways in which educators teach something by carrying out instruction in the classroom. Instructional strategies are one of the ways in which students reserve skins of the instruction based on English and get support from the classroom situation. For example, the teacher can give the instruction calm while having sit while pointing at care, stand up while demonstrating standing. Parents at home also have a very important role to play to introducing their children to simple English. For example, with simple comments such as "Eat, mommy," so mother; "Eat, daddy," so father; "Sit, close the door," demonstrate give an example. Parents accustom children to learning language by introducing context with the direct demonstration called the total physical response or TPR. TPR is a language learning method that coordinates speech and action. At the same time, speaking at time also give an example. The advantage of teaching English at home is that you can use everyday situation and a real object. From the within the home or practice the language naturally in context. As an example, talk about clothes when your child are getting birds, or when you are Scrunching laundry, for example. Let's patch your wild socks. This this is mom t-shirt. Program this actually good and profitable because they provide many opportunities for children to interact with for language, especially if at school and at home the teacher and parents jointly run this program strategically can more students hear and use program language and faster they develop their foreign language skill.
When familiarizing children with English, don't ask them to translate the meaning, just show the intended meaning. For example, don't say sun, red is red. Then tell your child to write it down. Better show red point than say the word red. Ask the child to repeat. This method makes children not confused because it seems as if they are only learning one language. When translated, children feel that they are learning two languages. This will be difficult for him and may discourage him. Teachers should realize that teaching a foreign language must still involve the first language or home language. This is intended to maintain a mutually reinforcing atmosphere between language learning and home language function as a bridge that connects the process of learning foreign languages with understanding that students can misunderstand. The first, game. Games are the most fun way to teach children English. Through this game, a teacher or parent can describe popular games such as Simon Says. For example, parents or teachers play the role of Simon himself by giving instruction or telling children that they have to do whatever Simon says. Simon says, touch your head. Children play because they are happy. Child learning through games when they play together. Children interact with one another with others. In this interaction, language skill can be built, especially listening and speaking. Second, storytelling. If we usually play roles or tell stories in Indonesian, now is the time to use English as an introduction to the story. Whether it is retelling the contents of fairy tale books or making up short stories, children will be more curious about what the meaning behind the foreign language is.
Third, learn from cards. Learning to make greeting cards is the next learning method that kids love, such as birthday greeting cards, celebrating Mother's Day, Father's Day, or making invitations for his birthday party. Fourth, sing a song. Songs are a very effective way to learn new words and improve pronunciation. Songs with actions are especially good for very young children because they can join in even if they are not yet able to sing the song. Actions often indicate the meaning of the words in a song. Songs created for learning purposes, for example, teaching vocabulary, certain phrases, or sentence patterns. Then the teacher needs to choose and determine which song according to the needs and learning objectives that must be achieved. Fifth, picture. Elementary school age children really like something interesting like picture and colorful. They are more interested in pictures than in writing. Therefore, we feel that using pictures will attract their attention and they will understand the material more quickly, such as body parts, number 1 to 100, my family, names of animals and plants, etc. In learning interaction, the teacher delivers teaching messages in the form of material learning to students. More specifically, the meaning of internal media, teaching and learning process tend to be interpreted as graphic tools, photography, and electronically to capture, process, and reassemble information visual or verbal. Learning media is a tool that can help teaching and learning process and serves to clarify the meaning of the message conveyed as to achieve learning objectives better and perfect.